Peace, yo. This is Brother Hatim. I'm sitting over at the Barbers, Mario the Barber, and we're gonna do a show every time I come over here because me and him have some interesting conversations. I'm trying to catch all of the best possible conversations that I can. So I don't know what I'm gonna call this show yet, but if you have a suggestion, you can let me know. I started the show with Mario in the other room, so I'm gonna pop up in here while he's cutting Cleve's hair, and we can get a conversation started. All right, Mario, I know you be studying. Give me some new shit. What's up? What's the conversation today?
Word, sound, and power.
Word, sound, and power. We're gonna talk about that.
Word is expression of one's ideas. Sound is vibration measured through decibels. And power comes through interpreting one's ideas to others physically, spiritually, and mentally. So you get word, sound, power. God said to be, and it was. The earth came to be, and so we need to watch what we say to one another. Words definitely play an important part in how we make up our lives.
So you telling me. So now, that goes to a good point. So you saying we need to watch. We got to be careful about what we say because what we say can manifest.
That's right. Because God said to be, and it was. That's how earth and existence came into being, was through word. God was the word was with God, and God saw that it was good. So, it's all come from scripture.
So, from your studies, how could somebody out there that's listening to this show use that for their life?
Word, time, power?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to say, it's not what goes into a man that defiles him, what comes out. So, a lot of people talking about, oh, you eat pork and you eating all this different stuff, but that's not actually what defiles a person. It's actually what come out of your mouth. You could be the saintliest person in the world.
As far as eating and shit.
Yeah, but if you ain't got nothing positive say out your mouth, what good is the eating part? You know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing. That's just a hypocrite to me.
Mario, is you saying all this to tell me that you eat pork now, nigga? Is this what you're
doing? I'm making an example. Yeah, I ain't afraid to eat now. I grew up on that shit. But,
I be telling Cleve that. He be like, you used to eat pork. I can't even tell him my stories because now he throw that shit back up on me. He used to eat it.
Well, we grew up eating it, but the point I'm trying to make is people can be as sanctimonious as they want, claiming they spiritual, this, that, and third, but it's really what comes out of a person that defiles them. And I really started to believe that. So if you got something positive to say, positive words, that's always a good thing. Word, sound, power.
Man.
That's how you make songs. Bob Marley and them, Rastas believe heavily in word, sound, and power. And the power of music. You get your word transferred to people as a vehicle. Music is a vehicle used to spread a message. A lot of the artists and stuff, they word, sound, and power is dealing with their lower nature, in my opinion. They ain't dealing with their higher chakra. They dealing with their heart and their lower part, but not their heart and their mind. It's like 7 different chakras?
Yeah, 7 chakras.
Yeah, so a lot of the chakras that the rappers are using now is coming from the lower region. They're not positively really influencing nobody with their words, sound, and power. They just in it for the money, so.
They doing what I call hustling from the stomach.
Yeah, that's all they doing.
Not hustling from the heart.
They don't want to advance color or black people. They just want to profit off of them.
They just want materials. They want material things.
Yeah, they might look after their immediate family, but as far as black people as a general whole, buy my stuff and we'll keep it pushing.
Yeah, if you listen to a lot of the descriptions, I've been listening to some of these rappers. I love hip hop, so I can listen to it all. But the piece that bothers me is sometimes they kind of refer to the customers as addicts. They talk about them like they're crackheads.
Well, they do, dog. But you can see all the artists is on some type of drug, alcohol. Look at all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
dealing with Beyonce. She drunk in love.
Drunk in love.
Got another dude. He's swimming in some pool of what?
Pool of liquor.
Yeah, he basically swimming in a pool of liquor. I mean, you got dudes. He's stoned. I'm stoned. I'm stoned.
Right.
You know, every time he's dealing with getting high now.
Which goes back down to what you're saying, the lower part, because the lower part is the part that holds us in bondage.
Right. They ain't freeing up themselves through the music. It's a few artists. And look at artists like Nicki Minaj. Now, how am I supposed to explain to, how old are you, Clinton? How am I supposed to explain to a 9-year-old what a Minaj is?
Right.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj. What's a Minaj? We all know Minaj is the threesome between two more people.
Minaj twice.
Right. That's just what it's short for. But look how they're using sex just to
say everything.
Right.
Everything. Right. And the kids know the songs better than we do.
Right. Now you got this thing with all the gays and stuff getting all offended because you don't want to support them in their little ways and stuff. The Bible is totally condemning homosexuality. I mean, ain't nothing the Bible says it's cool for two men to be lying with another one or a woman to be lying with a woman. So society really just got more and more loose. Like Aleister Crowley, when he said, do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. Yeah.
That's do whatever you want to do. Don't have no morals, don't have no values. Forget the word of God, whatever. You just do whatever you want to do. And that's how society is. Even Carnival, the little cruise ship, they had a little slogan like that too. Just do what you want to do.
Same thing with Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas.
Right.
Except for herpes and all that other, that come back with you. But what you did to get that is supposed to stay in Vegas. Right. But we know they got all that stuff on videotape. I'm scared of Vegas, actually.
Oh, well, I ain't scared of herpes or syphilis or gonorrhea. I'm scared of AIDS. There you go, right there. I can't come back from that. So that's what you got to watch out for. So it's best just to have one woman now, having a whole bunch of women.
Oh, man, you killing the players now. See, I come to the barbershop and shit.
This
is the shit we be talking about when I'm at the barbershop. I don't know what y'all be talking about. Shit, I build everywhere I go.
I try to build too with people trying to build. You're a natural builder anyway. You've been building ever since we was freshmen in college at Ohio State. That's been over what?
We went and came in
25 years ago.
It was 20 years in 07. So right now we approaching. It's a long time ago.
It was long. Kenny J is doing his thing. I'm proud of him.
Oh, okay. You went to a show?
Yeah, I went to his comedy show.
How'd the show go?
It was fun. It really was. It's free admission. I mean, all the comics did their thing. Some of it was a little drawn out because they still amateurs. Mm-hmm. But for amateurs, it was funny.
Right.
I liked it. So I like Kenny doing his thing.
Did he throw the show or he was just part of the show?
He was part of the show. He invited me. But he talked about how he had brought the show and how he left during the middle of the season or whatever. And he came back. It was funny the way he was explaining it because he said he was having some difficulties with the law, paying fines and court costs. He was just keeping it real. Like,
right. And that's what comedy all the
time about. Funny.
Right. Yeah. It's just, but that goes back.
The word, sound, and power.
There you go. That's what I was about to connect it back to. Yeah. Word, sound, and power. That's what I'm gonna call the show. Word, sound, and power. So so even in comedy we find that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dick Gregory.
Yeah. There's a lot of people complaining about his show, but when he came here, but my piece is Dick Gregory. You know what I'm saying? What do you expect from Dick Gregory? It wasn't like he was going to see Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a comedian. He mixes truth with his comedy.
Right.
And he gives you a different way to look at stuff. I think $30 was a bit steep for that show, personally. So I imagine was other people involved trying to get their hands
in some money.
Personally, the ticket should only been worth about $15 at the most. $30 double. It's just too much, man. Shoot.
I was just thinking that comedians are really, when you cut down to it, they're the only ones now. It's even limited on them, but they used to be the only ones that could really come out raw and voice the truth.
You're right about that. There was a fine line between them and preaching.
It's actually the same thing because you go to some churches, pastor be having people rolling in the aisle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because
telling more jokes than biblical truth.
Right. When you look at the relationship between preaching, storytelling, and comedy, there's a close connection between all those. One, using sound, word, and power. Two, getting your point across. And three, delivering a message. Because, like, even in comedy, you notice that they have a string of stuff, and it looks like they're going off course, but they always, good comedians always bring you back to that original point that they started with. They take you on a trip. They tell you stories. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand how powerful them stories are, but that gets back into your sound, words, and power.
Yeah, sometimes you be taking the joke literally, like they really tell you some absolute truth, and then they come with the little joke part of it, like, oh. But some jokes really do have you thinking. Like, I like your one boy who was Soul Brother, who was his name? Griffin, Eddie Griffin.
Right.
Now, he's a deep comedian. He be talking some stuff. You know all about his history, Kemet, all that. He gets scientific with you. You know, he was really doing his research as a comedian, not just to make you laugh, but to educate you also. That's why I like Eddie Griffin. I like Paul Mooney. He's an old school artist. I like him in The Godfather of Comedy. That was really good comedy. He dealing with words, sound, and power. He was crushing people. I mean, he was crushing people, but he was telling the truth. But then he got into a little thing about Queen Cleopatra and Mark Antony and how he was crazy over the Punani and with the war over. So it was funny, man.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true because
it's true history, but he made it funny.
And you remember it.
And I do remember it.
You remember it. Because he told the story was humorous, and because it laughed, and it evoked an emotion, and that emotion is what locks it into your memory. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's what, you know, with school with me, I try to find ways to loop things into stories so that I can remember the shit. You can do that with math, you can do that with science, you can do that with almost anything if you stay open.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's up?
Just having a little discussion together about words, time, and power.
How you doing today, sir?
Coach Bates right here.
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, you look familiar with me.
Everybody know how to man.
Huh?
That's how to man.
You care for coaching today?
Coach, maybe 1 year for the Blitz.
Oh, the Blitz. Okay.
Hey, these pictures all over the place.
Huh?
Pictures all over the place for Nation Day.
Oh, okay.
You alright?
Yeah, man. It was humid earlier.
It's hot now.
Yeah, but it was up to 95 this morning. And dropped to 78.
Yeah,
Good.
We were just sitting here having a discussion about words, sound, and power. My man got a radio show that he does on the internet. We like on radio right now, man. Speaking about, you know, just different stuff. Barbershop talk. You know, barbershop talk. He likes to build and stuff, so he's just building. What you doing?
Oh, nothing. Shoot, just relaxing.
You coach for Apple Century?
Yeah, I coach there at East High School.
Okay. They let you do both? They let you do both? I mean, they let you can do both?
Oh yeah, I've been coaching both these schools at the East. I've been at East for about 8 years and been at Alpha Century about 9 years.
I like that. They only school really teach kids about their history, their culture. Where they emphasize, I mean, look at the name Nubians.
Well, they start bringing in principles and stuff that didn't know anything about that. So the elders...
They did?
Yeah, so the elders went and had a meeting. For some reason, they listened to the elders for that school, and they had a meeting and everything. So what they did, they had all female principals and everything, and the elders thought that wasn't good for the males in the school. So they went down and they, you won't believe it now, they brought over 2 male principals for this upcoming year. Yeah, they got Dr. Anderson from Mifflin.
Why didn't you bring the fan, man? You know you be sweating bullets, man.
And they brought another brother.
What?
They brought him from
bought
Doc
that.
ain't over there no more?
Fan. I told you my
No,
fan.
Doc,
broke,
they
man.
moved Doc
Sweat
over
blood,
to
yeah.
Independence.
But I'm here, man.
See, Independence was supposed to close along with Brookhaven, but then when people showed up, man, and they needed Independence open, so Doc, they transferred Doc there and brought Mama Howe over to Afro Central.
Okay.
Mama Howe used to be the band director at East.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's in the principal thing now. And here's your
Well, we get lost sometime at the barbershop. I'm about to eat. I'm gonna see if we're gonna continue on or stop. I don't know yet. But since this is pod, I'm recording it. I'll probably cut this part out. How you doing today, Mr. Brown? How you doing, Cleveland? What y'all do at camp today? Stop looking at that. Other than you playing with your tablet.
We went outside and I played a little bit of basketball outside.
I see you with your shirt on.
You know. Before that, during school time, we were learning about.
Give me your tablet.
right. The next time I go, I just call.
Well, that's it for this session. We'll catch him on the next time I come through. This is at the barbershop with Brother Hatim and Brother Mario, the barber. Oh, and Cleveland.